What's up, citizen? Welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Gideon Degwa. Oh, I forgot. This is Powerhouse Podcast. Yes, and my name is Gideon Degwa. And I'm with my guests, 001.
Why did you say 001?
You are our first guest.
You've never done another guest?
Yes, we normally don't do guests.
Oh, yeah?
Yours is.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you didn't watch our last episode, please go back and check out. And we are continuing with the conversation where we left out. And tuliacha kwa banking.
Yeah. So banking is a bit brutal, but as I was explaining, I was trying to explain to you how the human aspect of credit bank made me catapult to the next level. I mean, the from the HR to my boss and to everybody around, they never cared so much about banking is about KPIs.
Yeah.
But also they care about the human aspect of it. I think in one of the interviews, I told them I have history of blood clot. It's called DVT in the brain, and I'm also a father to a single father.
How do you talk like that as if it's a kitu kidogo? As if it's a small thing. You are like, oh, I have a blood clot in my brain. Then you just move on.
Yeah, because again, in everything that you do, you decide to give them labels. You can decide it's a big thing, it's a small thing. Yeah, because the moment you make it significant, then it significantly affects your life.
Yeah, true.
If it's something that is just there, then it will not affect your life. So I never focus on negative things. Rarely will you find me. Like me, when I lose my job, I never ask myself why. It's like, oh, that job imeisha, let's do the next one. And you always get a better one than the one you are doing. Then from Credit Bank, I think in the history of employment, Credit Bank was the place where I grew. Because when I'd come from DTB, I joined DTB as a small boy, 19 years old. I grew for 7 years. I left. I thought I was used to one particular side of management, which was business. And DTB was work. Oh, you're limping, that's your problem. We're working. And it's one of I think I got the best foundation in DTB. And then I joined Credit Bank, I was now given a platform to apply everything else I learned at DTB. Right? So I found it was one of the best employers, the best place I grew. I think most of my assets and most of my growth, both intellectually and otherwise, came there. And then Mayfair came. So the bad thing about Mayfair Bank was that they had hunted me. I never applied for any job.
For 2 years.
I didn't even know they existed actually. For 2 years, the head of HR was on my DM, was calling me, please come. I went for an interview, the interview was good, but I noted that lady, the one who was to be my boss. I noted her in the interview. She was not very comfortable with the way I was responding. But the other panel was like, this is who we need. Yeah, because you see, in treasury it's about things, about clients, about profit. And when I went there, we had, I think I've never had many meetings about me in my entire career that I did with Mayfair Bank. Because the lady was insecure, she thought I was after her job, which I was. I'm
ambitious.
I'm brutally ambitious guy. I want to be a boss, but I had to show my value for them to get me as a boss. Why I deserve that position. And to me, I'd given myself 3 months. And by 3 months, I was already out. So one day, I remember that day, I woke up feeling a bit off. I went to work, and then I went to sit in the office with the lady. I decided to go to the Industrial branch, came back, and then, HR people are very funny characters.
Yeah.
So my office was next to the boardroom. So when I'm coming to my office, I meet the head of HR. And she tells me, Lanaya, please see me before you go home. I'm like, okay. And the whole day we've been good, we've talking, and then it's telling me that your boss has reported you to the board. I'm like, I'm a junior manager. How do you report me to the board? Like, there's the HR, there's the CEO, there's the MD. How do you take me to the board? So anyway, the board was either the board member was either her friend or her whatever. They had a relationship. So I was told 2 things. Then I resigned. So when I resigned, something funny. When I was resigning, I saw the
And you know the implications of losing a job in a bank.
yeah. But I didn't care. But like I was confident that it was more about the boss than me. I was confident even if I lost, even if in fact I asked them if you could fire me, the better. Because I was coming back, I knew very well I was going to hold them accountable 100%. And I saw the head of HR crying. And I was now telling them how bullshit they were. I saw her crying. And I was like, why the fuck are you crying? Like, you're the head of HR. Actually, that's what I asked her. And the MD, I think that is the weakest MD I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, oh, the board has said. Like,
wow, umeamua kuanguka na Mayfair.
Then, now I think they're better. Then there was a shitty bank. Like, I love my employers. I can tell you, to date, none of my employers I go back to without having tea. Be it DTB, be it Credit Bank, be it Upesi, be it Afriex. Like the boss for Afriex was here and I was the one who was driving him around, right? But Mayfair was a bit like they didn't look at, as in they let one person's insecurities ruin somebody else's career, having built it for all these years. So I resigned.
After 3 months.
Yeah, after 3 months. I was not even confirmed. And I knew the lady was not going to recommend my confirmation. The lady had insecurity. Sometimes she could cook food and bring food at home, in the office, and say, I have bought you lunch. But what is 48 laws of power says? Despise free lunch. Why would you cook at your house?
And bring...
Remember, you go buy things, you cook them, you go to parking, you carry them up the stairs to bring to us. And we're not your relatives or children. You don't even know us. So me, I was not eating those food.
So it's not love.
It was not love.
When some of these
she was trying to buy my loyalty by telling me, oh, don't talk to so and so. You get? Don't go to so and so department. And I was like, I thought it's one team. Like there's a lot of how do you say, complementing synergies in a bank. The people for credit department will give you loans that are done in dollars so that you can give them a rate. The people in business, you give them good rates so that you can bring the business. The people from risk are trying to tell you which customer is risky and which one is not risky. So why are you telling me not to talk to the head of business? And guess who is now the MD of Mayfair, now called CIB? Is that head of business that she didn't want, now is her boss. Right?
Wow.
So I realized that this girl was just toxic, insecure, and they didn't like outspoken person. And I don't know how to conform to such things. So even if, and something funny, just before I resigned, I'd gotten a job at Middle East. You know where Middle East Bank head office is? Is here next to Integrity Center. And I was like, do I take it? Do I not take it?
So within those 3 months,
I was looking for a job. I knew I was not going to survive. By the way, your boss holds so much power in your success or failure in any organization than anybody else. Your boss, your direct boss. When you sit on the other side of your boss can be even blind, but he sees things that, and when he tells the setting authority that this is what I've seen in this guy when he's blind, they believe it. Yeah, that's why Marion was able to take me to the next level, because she saw something that anybody else in the organization was not seeing. And the guys asked, what is this obsession with this guy that you want to push him all the time? And it all, I remember telling, one day he called Florence Mbugwa, then she was a senior manager there, I think now she's retired, telling Florence Mbugwa that I know what this boy is capable of doing. Give him a chance. And I'm 100% sure I've never disappointed Marion. So this other girl also had seen that thing. But unlike Marion, she was more scared of herself because she knew I was coming for that position.
Her own insecurities.
Yeah, but them letting me go was the biggest blessing in my life. I stayed for 18 days without a job. Without a job. 18 days, precisely 18 days. I joined Percy. I enjoyed Anvil Shield Group. Let me use Anvil Shield Group.
Yeah.
And I did, after doing an interview, and these 18 days I stayed without a job, 10 days I was doing interviews with Anfield. Like, I've never done so many interviews in my life. Yo! Big up to Trevor and the team. Those guys made me, man. I remember one day when I was doing my rounds to introduce to departments, Trevor told the HR, "This is our group head of treasury." I was like, wait a minute.
What is treasury?
What is group head of treasury? I'm a treasurer, I'm a dealer. What do you mean group head of treasury? And then I took on the role. I went.
I remember us guys, trying to come around with that department.
Yeah.
Was
most of you guys didn't understand what treasury was.
We didn't understand what treasury was.
But now I think it's one of the most profitable departments in there. So I built that treasury department. I hired people. There's a young boy I took from finance called John. Jonte. You remember Jonte?
Yeah.
The guy with the fro.
Yeah.
He's one of, right now he's even more.
Friend.
That guy is now more, he's more treasury than I am. He's now advising me. I was like, I'm very proud of you. Yeah, and then...
you nurtured a lot of people.
Yeah. I also let go some people, the guys who had integrity issues. And there's a boy there who was very fishy or shady.
That's what leadership.
Yeah, so I let go people, and then I had Leonard. I don't know if you remember Leonard.
Yeah.
I had Leonard and
the Kamba boy.
the guy, yeah, a brilliant young man. I think now he's doing his own things. So then one day I did a post in LinkedIn. Nikiwa pesi tu. Those normal posts you say, oh, today marks what since I joined.
And you are good in writing,
Yeah, I'm a writer. I'm a creative writer. And then I receive a call. Guess who is calling me? Steve Bikozul. This is somebody I look up to. Like, I read Bikozulu's things. And Biko calls me. Oh, may I speak to Kennedy Osano? Yes. I would want to sit down with you. And Biko sat down with me.
Guys, are we good?
And Biko sat down with me. And Biko gave me... I remember Biko came to my house. He listened without interrupting me to my story. And then he went. And the next day, I was in the 3 pages of Business Daily.
Wow.
And everything just blew up. Guess what? The people at Mayfair are now proud of me for being part of them.
They have to use they have to put you somewhere.
Oh, this boy used to work here.
Yeah.
He's now group head of treasury.
I
I remember one of my biggest mentors and friends, she's called Lilian Gala, she's a group director for HR, called me, I was in Shags, and this is a lot. I've shown the MD this magazine. And I was like, oh, so the MD remembers me. It's like, everybody remembers you. So when I left with DTB, I left in good terms. But I was also that I needed to, Lilian told me when I was leaving DTB that you've reached your apex in this bank. From here you cannot be, you can be something else, but you're impatient.
You can't be.
You're becoming impatient because every day I was asking Lilian, "Simunipatie promotion bana." It's not about money. It's like I want to go to the next level. It's like to promote to when you need. You want to be head of treasury or treasury director, and these guys are still here. So anyway, as Lilian said, Lilian told me something. I want you. The day I was now signing out, because she's the last person I spoke with before I left management. She told me that I want you to drive and go so far that your side mirror, when you look at them, you can't see DTB. And I went so far. So after Biko did that article, jobs started coming in.
So this time you're still in Anvil?
I'm still in Anvil. So somebody approached me for head of treasury for Bank of Africa. I was like, wait, that's too big for me. BOA. Like, regional what? Head of treasury? I don't know. Regional.
Wow.
And somebody approached me for some job.
You declined the offer?
I declined the offer. Somebody gave me a job for I think head of finance was Timasako, if I'm not wrong. I got almost 17 offers in and outside the country. Somebody got me a job in Namibia, another one in Egypt, and I was not very. So the lady who gave me a job at Bank of Africa came back and asked me, "Do you have somebody I can recommend?" So I recommended 4 people, and one of them was taken. And then she came back and said, "By the way, I have another good offer for you. You're gonna go to Djibouti." I'm like, "How much are they paying?" It's like, "They're paying this much." And they give you a car, a house, and a driver. I was like, "Bring the job." I didn't even know what.
You don't even want to understand the
I
community.
remember, I told you, once you've tasted poverty and money, you'll do everything not to go back to poverty, unless it's medical or health-wise. So I went to Djibouti. It was bullshit also.
Different country,
different cultures,
cultures.
different languages. I could not talk to the ladies. There was no social life. I've left my daughter here alone with my brother. Me and my daughter and my brother have not lived together. She respects us as an uncle. My brother is a very busy man, and I know that teenagers are very cheeky. I was very worried about her doing something stupid. And then the contract was written in French, then translated in English. So there's some words that were missing.
In
the English version.
In the interpretation.
Yeah, in the English version. Whatever they said, because they said, I'm going to pay you, let's say, I'm going to pay you $20,000, right? But they meant that $20,000 equivalent in Djiboutian franc. Now, see, I lose the value on conversion because now they convert it to Djiboutian franc, and then I convert it to dollars again and send it to Nairobi 10.
And was this static or?
So when I push them,
was it written in a specific rate or?
No, there was no specific rates.
You were using the current rate.
The going rate. Oh. And my assistant was somebody who was 52 years. And I was 32. Was I 32 or 31? Yes. And he's a local.
Wow. At 31 you have accomplished all of that.
I'm very restless, by the way. So I moved and been there. And the CFO had been working for that bank since inception, and I'm trying to tell him that the way you're doing things is not right. So as a student of Art of War and 48 Laws of Power, I didn't know how powerful that CFO was. So I went head to head with him. In many occasions I won the war, but he won the battle. Because it was too much for me. So they withdrew my translator. They said the bank don't have a budget for the translator, but it's in my contract.
So how do you communicate?
How do I write an email? Right? I have an office.
AI was not there.
AI was not there, but I wrote I have an office on the 4th floor. My team members have to get out, across the road, to go to talk to them. They don't pick my phone because we can't understand each other.
Because of the language barrier.
The language barrier. So one day I just woke up and said, this is nonsense. And then I came back. It was wild, but then I understood them because it was more cultural, and I never fit in that culture. They didn't understand why at 31 years old, because the Arabs are Muslims, so why you're a single father? You should, at this age you're supposed to marry and have a family. If they give me a 6-bedroom house, one person.
Oh, so they expect you should have at least 2 or 3 wives.
Even one wife, I'm not married. But I have a child. How? They didn't understand. So to them was a cultural difference. Then I came back. When I came back,
For how long were you there?
64 days.
What?
Yeah, 64 days.
And at that particular time, you had shifted all your money.
I sold all my things. I gave all my things. I shifted. I knew that I had a by the way for the first.
I remember that.
Yeah, you're one of the beneficiaries. You remember?
My TV set, the one that I use in my house till today,
is part of that Djibouti thing. Huh?
Yes.
Remember, in Djibouti, one of my contracts says they had to give me a car of my choice.
Yeah.
So I went and I found a car called Hyundai Santa Fe. Good car. For the first time in my entire life, probably the last time, maybe if God blesses me, I bought a new car, 0 mileage. Yani unaona hizo juala unatoka unaona TikTok
Kwa karatasi.
in fact I left that car with those karatasi.
Juu 64 days ungetoa karatasi.
Singetoa karatasi zote, so I left a friend of mine called Trezor. No, actually we sold it. We sold it to one of the
So the car was not an asset to the bank.
no.
It was your personal asset.
Because remember my contract was 7 years. So by the 7th year, by the 2nd year the car is mine. It was part of the package. They give you a car. But now
Of your choice.
Yeah, of my choice. But I think they capped it to something. I can't remember because I wanted a V8 and they said they can't give me a V8.
The CCs.
No, I'm low, man.
Yeah.
Yes, I wanted a big car. But you know, Djibouti drives on the left.
Yeah.
So importing a left-handed vehicle to Kenya, and there's a law that I needed to have been away for 2 years for me to import it back duty-free. That's free. So I sold it. I got some. I think I got like what? Was it $7,000? No. I think it was around 17 or 27. There was a 7. I can't remember. I got that money and came back. I sold it at loss because I was in a rush.
And also, you also had a car here.
No, I sold my car.
And you also sold it at a loss.
At a loss. I sold that car. I regret to date. So anyway, I talked to my brother, I talked to Lilian Gala, I told him this what was happening, they told me come back. My brother saw me, and you can see when somebody is painful, but he doesn't want to show it. And my brothers have emotion, they don't show emotion. Don't know why. So that guy looked at me and said, you are pale, you are dark, you are thin. I'm like, I remember I don't have a house.
Oh, you had already. I remember that.
I sold everything and moved.
Yeah.
So I don't have a house. I booked some Airbnb along Ngong Road. By that time, my girlfriend, no, not my girlfriend, let me not use the word. Some girl was expecting my child. I was expecting 3 children by the way.
3 children.
This one was pregnant with my son. And another girl from Tanzania was pregnant with 2 kids. Twins.
Wow.
Yeah.
At the same time?
Yeah, they were going to be born. One was going to get born in June, another one in July. In May and June.
Oh, so this time, ukiniambia you normally go to TZ to get...
Let me tell you, my history in Tanzania. My history in Tanzania is that sometimes back in 2015...
I thought it was all business.
It was actually business, but I met a girl that I nearly married, paid dowry. A few days to the wedding, we broke up.
Wow.
Yeah. And because after breaking up, I was now looking for her in any other girl. I decided I'm not dating Kenya. I want to date Tanzania. Like that heartbreak that messes you up.
Yeah.
Like you become a beast. Because you see, being somebody not raised by mom and dad, I wanted to raise a family. And that girl was a perfect example of who I wanted. Right?
And also not forgetting, even you didn't have your parents.
Yes. So I wanted a proper family. And having traveled for 28 hours from Nairobi to Tabora to pay dowry, only to be told a few days that, hey man, I can't continue. It messes you. Like Gideon will come and say, how much is... In fact, since then, I've never gone back to church. Because the church, when I went to the church the following day after breakup, and I told the pastor we no longer want to do the wedding, the pastor blamed me. Not knowing that it was the decision of the lady not to marry me. Not that I had done something wrong, like cheating or I was violent or I mistreated her. Like, she developed cold feet, plain.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. And I understand her because leaving your country in Tanzania to come and get married in Kenya and not knowing.
For her, it was a good thing.
Yeah. To her, it was a good thing, but you see,
look at it economically.
Yeah, but you see now it's left me there broken with a lot of expansion to do, and that messed me up. So that's how I met the other chick from Tanzania. One of her friends tried to hook me up out of sympathy. Oh man, you are broken. Chukwa we went and she ended up.
So the other Chile is also Tanzania.
The one with twins.
Mm-hmm. Tanzania. Then you are hooked up to another Chile.
No. The one who had twins, the one I was hooked up to.
Oh.
The other one was Kenyan.
Oh.
So that's my son, the guy, the kid you see me post all the time.
Yeah.
That's the mother. The mother gave birth. Well, the twins passed away. They were born at 7 months.
Oh, sorry.
Because the lady had pressure. They had to remove the kids. And then they passed away because of stupidity again.
Sorry.
Wrong choice of a lady who didn't understand what was going on. Then my son was born. Brilliant chap. Started talking, I don't know, at 4 months. I don't know what that boy was rushing to. Started walking at 7 months. And then the way he was rushing with life. The mom also rushed with him and disappeared with him. 2 years down the line, I've not seen him.
For real?
Yeah. The boy is not those are long pictures. Those are the pictures like kitambo. Boy is not.
Yeah. May thought the videos that I see.
And yeah, kitambo. And there's a fundamental thing that I realized that these two relationships have been messed by the mothers. My first relationship, the Tanzania I'm telling you, the mother is the one who was not comfortable with her daughter coming to Kenya. These other relationship.
So that was a family issue.
It's a family issue. This other one is the mother insisting that I must marry the girl.
And you were.
I didn't want to marry no girl. I wasn't gonna marry. You can't marry such a family where everything is material, where anything is transactional.
Oh, they are looking at it
From that perspective, and it goes something called poverty mentality. Poverty mentality is whereby.
So now you have to start paying black man tax to.
And I didn't mind, but then you cannot be militant with a man and expect them to be diplomatic with you. You cannot fight for something you're trying to somebody you're in a relationship with. So the mom was like, you need to get this from him. For you to see your son, you need to do this. Then one day I took them to court. They never appeared in court. And it's a long legal battle has gone on and off since 2022 to date. They've never shown up in court. The boy was stressed to Makweni. We wanted to kidnap the boy, but I said it's not right because that's my son. One day he'll grow up and see how stupid was my dad. Right? And she knew that when she takes me to court, she's not gonna win. She comes going to win because I've raised Mel on my firstborn. To now a grown woman in university. I want to see if I'm a good father and I can provide for my children. There's evidence.
Wow. So all three mothers, none, kuna mwenye kuna.
How say relatives wangu? Relatives wangu watoto.
Could it be that
I'm the problem?
What people normally say, Lugu men.
No, I'm the problem.
Is it?
It has nothing to do with the tribe. I am the problem in this perspective. I thought I would separate my relationship with my kids from the relationship with their mom. And you see.
So you were interested with the kids?
No, I'm not interested in the kids per se.
But with the mothers.
But if me and the mothers could not work, it doesn't mean that as a father
you can't throw
I can't take care of my own. Because there's no way I wanted to tell, like this lady with the boy. I told her to get a house of her choice, an estate of her choice, furnish it the way you want, give me the bill. And we write a PNP, parental PRA with the court and deposit there, I'll pay you rent every 5 years. But the mom insisted you must marry her. And remember, the mom was not there when we were having sex.
So then by the time you were meeting.
And this boy is a result of Djibouti. That party that was held in my house, you guys didn't come on. You guys came. Some of you guys came. That's why I didn't even know her. But yes, the problem is me. The problem is me.
The problem is you.
Because I never do what we do in finance called due diligence, knowing who am I having a kid with. Right? And I believe because my first baby mama was sober enough to know that she doesn't have the financial capability to raise the girl on her own, and I can give the girl a better life than she could, we can actually cooperate. Right? She wanted me to marry her. First.
By force, by fire.
Yeah, but we're not compatible. We didn't have any chemistry. But I was willing to raise the boy while I just have access to the boy and give the boy everything that I could need. So anyway, and then now that passed, I came back, I joined a company called Afrex. Good guys. and I left and joined these guys. So that's a career progression. In family aspect, Afrix is based in Richmond, Texas. Yes, I was the country director for 1 year.
In Texas? Oh, here in Kenya.
Yeah. I was the Kenyan country director. Worked with them for 1 year, then these guys also poached me. So that said and done, it gives two perspectives. Is that
so basically you have this huge experience in banking and treasury.
So
for like how many years?
17.
Since
2009.
You were 20.
5th of January 2009, I was 19.
19.
Yes. This year I'm turning 37, 12th of December.
So basically, what can you tell those young people who are outside there? Maybe mtu amemaliza high school, hana job.
Somebody has ever told me that I inspire people. I don't know.
Yes, you do.
Two things about, let me tell these guys something, that you might not have the journey as I do. Probably you die before you even succeed. Probably you live for 90 years and don't succeed. And probably you succeed from day one. So one, the world owes you nothing. Nobody owes you shit. The only person who owes you somebody is your mother owes you. Your father owes your mother. Even your mother doesn't owe your father. There are people walking here without their fathers, or they don't know who their fathers are. Nobody owes you shit, and you're on your own. The world as it is a selfish, brutal, careless place. Find a skill that you're good at, major in it, and not all of us focus on it. I see the problem with us right now is we are competitive. You have a BMW, I need to have a BMW or a better car than you. I'm competing with you without you knowing. And the problem is you don't know the process you've taken to reach there. You've just met me today, and we're not patient enough to follow the process. I mean, the world, as social media has put it, in a way that I need to show how well I'm doing. But we don't have a Mercedes-Benz, a GL.
And neither do I.
But you have good health. Me, I'm struggling with a blood clot in the brain, right? You don't live in Runda, but you have kids. The guy in Runda has been going to fertility clinic all right, and there's no kids coming, right? You have something that somebody don't have.
So kila mtu kuna journey yake.
Yes, and all of us cannot be landlords. Some has to be tenants. All of us cannot be bosses. Some has to be subordinates. All of us cannot be in business. Some have to be clients. And all of us cannot drive. Otherwise, matatus won't exist.
Sure.
So find your place, fit in there, till you get uncomfortable. And also another thing that I usually tell people, you can only grow through going.
Don't be static.
Don't be static. Don't be comfortable. Be restless. Be mutu bloody fucking. Respect authority, but speak to it.
Hey, authority. When you say authority, do you mean God or do you mean
leave God alone.
You see, government.
Not to the government. Like, you see, in every household, in every unit, in every formation, there's authority. In my house, I'm the constitution.
Wow.
And my daughter has no right. I'm the constitution. If I say you be home by 5, if you're not at the home at 5, don't come back. And I'm not repeating myself. Here, I have a boss. That boss must be respected. Till the day I'm done with him. Even in Mayfair, as much as I didn't agree with that lady, I respected her as a boss, as a mother, as a wife. It is how did respect herself. Right? As you work, whatever you do, there's an authority that guides the formation. That by must be respected. Because when God bestows that authority to you, you expect the same. The Bible says that to him that much is given, much is
expected.
Me, I'm not religious. You will not find me in church. You never find me closing my eyes when people are praying. Right? I will not. Why? Why? I pray.
Believe there is a supreme being.
There's a God, and you can see it in my life. Me, I'm telling you, I'm not a hard worker. I'm a fucking lucky human being. I met the right people at the right time who moved me from one place to another. Right?
And you recognized your purpose.
Yeah. Mimi wacha nikwambie Gidi. Si nilikuwa nafanya mascom, nikamaliza. Nikakaa hivi nikaboeka, nikasema si nirudi shule. Nikafanya degree ya pili. Nikafanya masters. Nikamaliza.
Yeah. You majored in mass comm and now you shifted to...
After mass comm, I wanted a degree to tell people that I've gone to school. I want promotion. And then one lady in my office joked, "Wait, na hii mambo ya media utasifanya nini banking?" I said, "Okay, hold my beer." I went back and did a degree in business management. And I finished. And I did my masters in JQuat. Finance. And somebody joked to me somewhere in these interviews that we usually do. You went to a school for agriculture, no, JQuat is Jomo Kenyatta. And I was like, let me go to University of Cape Town. I do another masters. So I have 2 masters, I have 2 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah. Like you should not find a reason to put me down. The only thing I cannot change is my height. Which I can also go and cut. I don't know if you can cut your leg and then become tall.
You can be injected.
Yeah. But anything that was within my power to change my situation, that will give you a reason why you should write me off, I filled that blank page. Right? So if you want to hire me today, I have 16 years experience, I have 2 masters, I have 2 degrees, I have, give or take, around 17 or so certifications, right? Because why do you want not to give me that job? And I knew that, by the way, something I've never addressed, I knew that being Luo or being Kikuyu, those 2 tribes are the most prominent, right? You can be knocked off or favored because of that. So none of my names are Luo or others.
No, nobody can.
In fact, I use Lanaya when it's convenient. And I know that these guys, because of political, you're Masai, yes. Because I went to school in Naivasha. Masai are where? In Naivasha.
In Naivasha.
My Osano name is Kisi. I know Kisi are very, politically they're very okay. So, this guy is Masai. Then one day, nashtuka nikiongea Kijaluo kwa gari is like, but I thought this was guy was Masai. So, again, I'm telling you, as much as I position myself and I'm very diligent in the work I've been given, and something also, I have a very strong ecosystem. Me, I know hakuna mtu sijui in dunia. Hata ukiniuliza saizi, do I know somebody who can do for you postmortem, a pathologist? I'll get you that name in my phone.
Your social network.
I have 27,000 contacts in my phone.
Wow.
I never delete, whether to my cause. Hata my ex wangu yule alichoma jezi yangu ya Arsenal.